I love this controller, but there is one issue. The button is not that great. So today's video is all about fixing it, open it, and maybe mod it a bit. First, open the 4 screw on the back cover. Use pry tools to open the clip. There is 4 at the bottom and 2 near the trigger button. Seems like it is a soft plastic because I broke one clip, but it doesn't make any difference at the end. Now remove the vibration wire from the first board. You can use your finger just to make sure to pull the connector but not the wire. Gulikit made a change over here by not enclosing the whole motor with the cover, where last model tend to break the wire during assembly. So over here I just removed the silicone joystick cover because it won't come out if I keep it there. Now we can remove the ribbon cable. Just be slow about this because if you break it, there's no replacement for this. The new ribbon cable, Gulikit use a metal style. It's not gold plated anymore, unlike the previous version. I think this cost cutting measurement from them. They also add a metal plate under the Hall sensor joystick, maybe for shielding the magnet. I'm not sure the reason behind it. Now let's remove the battery connector. If it's too hard, just remove it later after removing the first board. So unscrew the first board. There is 2 sets of screw over here, so make sure not to confuse them later on. Now you can remove the metal plate and we can start remove the first board. You want to wiggle a bit the joystick because the joystick will stuck on the front casing, and it should come out very easily if you do it correctly. Just bend over a bit and there you go. It should come out now. So this is the first board, and Gulikit made 2 of the buttons is on the first board while the rest is on the second board. Now let's remove the second board. There is a screw on the board. Another one is holding the battery cover. You also need to remove the screw on the trigger button too before removing the second board. This is another set of screw, so you shouldn't be confused with it. It is a longer screw. Now you can just pull out the second board. It should come out very easily, but sometimes it's stuck if it's too tight, but a little bit of force should take it out, as long as you take out all of the screw. By now you should able to access all of the switches. On the switch, there is a clip holding the switch housing. So this one is the one that we want to unclip. I use a very fine flat screwdriver to pry open the switch. The plastic is very soft, so you want to just pry it just a little, since the springs will help you to keep it open. So just do it for the whole clip and it should come out very easily. So here is all the switch component. So there is just 4 parts of this switch, and the shaft hold the carbon contact, and that is the point of contact for this switch. So if you are looking at the housing, if you see there is a clip, this is the part that give out the tactile feedback. So you want to make sure if it's broken or not. Check it if it's broken, because this is the one that usually make it stuck. If we assemble it with the another part, the shaft, you can see the shaft has a slightly protruding. Also this part, when it's sliding in and out, it will give out this tactile feedback. So it's a very simple switch. So aside from this clip, if you see on another side, there is an empty spot, whereas the clip is not exist. It's actually an empty spot. So what we can do over here is, if we take the shaft and then we just rotate 90 degrees to another side, it should turn this clip in, it should turn this switch into a linear red switch, so there's no more tactile feedback. This way it will remove the sticking problems because we're turning it into a red switch. Now I assemble back all the switch, and this should change it to red linear style switch. Now looking back on the switch assembly, if you want to keep the brown switch fillings, we can focus on few area here for lubrication. This part, clip part over here, definitely need for lubrication because this is the part that attaches to the another clip on the shaft. Another thing is the center hole, since that also directly scratching with the center shaft. There is also an option to use other spring with higher spring constant, but those need specifically made for this job, and lubing should make the tactile a lot smoother and not stuck anymore. I really suggest, if you want to check for other imperfection, is to check under magnifying glass, since this part is very tiny. So I assemble everything together by now, all the 4 switches, and just make sure that you put it on the correct orientation because the clip should fit in correctly in the hole. Another improvement that Gulikit add from the previous version is a rubber shaft on the back casing for the trigger. One of the things on the previous controller is it feels sticky if you left it for a while, so this actually makes the stickiness disappear. So I also found a problem on the board. One of the solder is a ball solder, a bad job in the manufacturing. Still works, it just doesn't sit well with me since this easily breaks with a very small force. So what I do here is I just took out the old solder and apply a new one on the board. So right now we can assemble everything back, just reverse everything back together. Should work just fine till the end. Now we can put back the back cover with the screw and it should work just fine. Now you can put back all the keycap, but make sure not to put on the wrong orientation and on the correct slot. It will be a pain in the ass to take it out if you put it wrong. I put on the X button wrong in this part, and it take me about 5 minutes just to take out the keycap and put it back. I think this is the part where a better switch slot should be designed to avoid misalignment. Over here I put the X button in the wrong direction. Take me a while to take it out and put it back. So right now no more button stuck and I'm turning it into a red linear switch. And again, if you want to keep for the tactile feelings, you can opt for lubrication option. I think this hybrid switch is a nice design. Still need a design improvement, but looking at Gulikit works under the hood, there is many improvement that put this controller way ahead from its predecessor. So that's about it. If you like this video, please consider to subscribe and like the video, and see you again.